In the context of magnetism, the Hall effect refers to charge movement in a magnetic field. An object is horizontally dragged across the surface by a 100 Newton force acting parallel to the surface. The amount of work done by the force in moving the object through a distance of 8 meters is 800 joules. A logic gate performs Boolean logic functions in a digital circuit. For the analysis of oxides of nitrogen by Grease-Saltzman method, the set of reagent used is sulfonylic acid, hydrogen peroxide, and nitric acid. The correct pair of the phylum with its general feature is echinodermata with radial symmetry. Young's double-slit experiment demonstrate the phenomenon of interference. Connections that allow for rapid communication between cells by permitting the passage of ions and small molecules are gap junctions. The determinant of a 2 times 2 matrix 3, 5, 4, 7 is 1. Nagoya Protocol is related to biodiversity. The properties of a circuit that cause impedance are resistance and reactance. One face of an aluminium cube of edge 2 meters is maintained at 100 degrees Celsius, and the other end is maintained at 0 degrees Celsius. Adiabatic walls cover all other surface, so the amount of heat flowing through the cube in 5 seconds is 209 kilojoule. The main principle behind the Clausius-Clapeyron equation is the phase equilibrium of a pure substance. Type 1 error, Type 2 error, and level of significant error are the types of error in hypothesis testing except size error. In statistical inference, the theorem that establish a lower bound on the variance of unbiased estimators is Cramer-Rao inequality. The equation of a circle with center 2, -3 and radius 5 is letter 1 d465 2, circumflex 2 plus y plus 3 circumflex 2 equals sine 25. The pH of a solution of 10 circumflex 5 molarity of sodium hydroxide is 9.0. Mercury, nickel, and tungsten belongs to D block elements, while polonium belongs to P block elements. The similarity between sound waves and light waves is that both exhibit interference concept. In anaerobic organisms, respiration involves glycolysis. The Central Pollution Control Board was constituted under the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, 1974. The acceptable limit for dissolved oxygen DO in aquatic ecosystems according to the WHO 1993 is 5 mg/L. Xylophila's disease is an occupational disease that results from pulmonary exposure to oxides of nitrogen. Green hydrogen-enhanced geothermal systems, space-powered solar systems are examples of emerging source of energy. The newly appointed chairman of the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, is V. Narayan. A perfect gas obeys all of the above laws, that is the Boyle's law, the Charles law, and the Avogadro's law. From the following statements, only option B is false about protozoans. From the following statements, only option A is not true for alkanes. From the following statements, only option C is not true with reference to Python program. From the following options, only Rhizobium, Azotobacter, and Nostoc are biofertilizer, whereas Agrobacterium is not. As per the ISFR 2021, the forest cover in the northeastern region of India is approximately 65%. The inert gas which substituted for nitrogen in the air used by deep-sea divers for breathing is helium. The Babhar Atomic Research Center BARC, the largest atomic research center in India, is located at Thane, Maharashtra. Kyoto Protocol, an international treaty adopted in the year 1997, is associated with reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. The apex body for disaster management in India is National Disaster Management Authority. According to World Health Organization, Yemen has reported the highest global burden of cholera in 2024. In 2002, the Bureau of Indian Standards revised the seismic zones of India into 4 zones, namely Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4 and Zone 5. The IUCN Red List is a publication that categorizes species based on risk of extinction. The principle that two closely related species competing for the same resources cannot coexist indefinitely, and the competitively inferior one will be eliminated eventually, was stated by Gauss. The work done in moving a charge of 5 microcoulomb through a potential difference of 12 V is 0 times 10 joule. Diatoms are freshwater species which was newly discovered in clean rivers in both eastern and western Ghats of India. India became the first nation to land a spacecraft on the lunar South Pole region of the Moon. The spacecraft mission is associated with this is Chandrayaan-3. Photorespiration is a process that occurs in the chloroplast of plants when temperature is high and high light intensity. Protanopia is a condition characterized by inability to distinguish between red and green colors. The oxidation state of manganese in potassium permanganate is +7. The Wildlife Protection Act was enacted in the year 1972.